looks like we're ready for our last speaker of the day. This individual will be completing the first speech from the Advanced Communicator Manual, Humorously Speaking. This speech requires three main objectives. Does he start with a humorous story? Is he able to essentially smoothly transition within the speech? And is he able to have the audience laugh during the speech? I'd like to now introduce, for 5 to 7 minutes, for the speech, the hair in the cut, Jitendra Pound.
It was around 15 years back when I first ate mushroom. Little did I know back then that I will grow it in my head one day. For those of you who didn't get the joke, I'm referring to my haircut. Why am I calling it a mushroom? Because that's what my mom called me. That's what my mom called it when I called her through a video call this Saturday. So my nephew, my 6-year-old nephew who was standing next to her, she asked me if a rat stole my hair from the left side. But it's not that bad. Tyler, does it look bad? Tyler, does this look bad?
I'm just smiling, so I'm glad you're here, Jay.
And you think it's bad? I think it's pretty good. You know, you are nice people. And you don't want to hurt me? I get that. But if I would have called an Indian friend, like Joy sitting here, I asked him as soon as I entered the room, Joy, how does my haircut look? He said, you look like a mango. But there's a background story to it, which I need to share with you to tell you why I have this unusual haircut. Once upon a time in Athens, around 8 p.m. on 28th of January 2018. Yeah, it was just yesterday. I decided to cut my hair at home. My girlfriend was home, so I thought of taking her help. And you know, she is a beautiful, fashionable lady, and I thought, she's going to help me. So like a faithful boyfriend, I put all my faith in her. I took my head, put it there, and gave her the trimmer. And here she goes. This is me. Stop. I looked up into the mirror. She was doing a great job. So I encouraged her to keep going. And this time, I closed my eyes. I was like, you do whatever you want to do. I have full faith in you. And then, she suddenly paused. There was an awkward moment of silence. The trimmer dropped from her hand. It was on the floor. I was like, what happened? I looked into the mirror. Like, oh my God, what did you do to my hair? She's like, it's going to be all right, honey. I'm going to fix it. Trust me. I'm like, not anymore. Like, she said, she has an idea. I was like, what is the idea? She was like, I can glue this hair back. Like, are you serious? Me and my God knows, how did I sleep? Or how did I spend the entire night sleepless? I was thinking about my hair. So I have a Toastmasters meeting tomorrow. I am a speaker. How will I face the audience with this patch of hairless stuff on my head? I needed to fix it. So I woke up, went to my restroom to use the big mirror. I took the glue, I took the hair, I put it here. I was like, all right, it looks good, it works. I went to the bed. I woke up at 6 a.m. So by the time I woke up, my hair was all over my face and on my bed. I knew it was not working, it was irrevocable. I needed to do something about it. So I looked into my watch. It was 6 a.m. I still had time. And there was a 6:30 a.m. bus in the morning. and my car was not working. See, all bad things happen at the same time. My car was not working, so I decided to take the 6:30 a.m. bus, thinking that it's so early in the morning, the bus would be empty. So I entered the bus, and it was packed. So I stood next to the driver, and he looked into my hair, and he said, "What happened?" Like, nothing. And I usually talk a lot to him, but today, my lips were glued. And the moment he asked me, there were two girls sitting next to me, they started laughing. So I went to the Mr. Haircut in downtown Athens. And there was this lady who was like, "Welcome to the Mr. Haircut. How can I help you today?" And I sat into the chair and she put her head. So I had covered these hairs. She put her hands here. She's like, "What kind of a haircut do you want today?" And I'm like, "This is what has happened to me, can you fix it?" She's like, "Oh, poor boy, I'm gonna rescue you." So I talked to her for 30 minutes. She advised me to go for this haircut. She helped me, she listened to my entire story, and she somehow fixed it. And that's how I turned a cut on my hair into a haircut. And that's how I got to date Andrea tonight. Of course, I'm kidding. So every story has a moral. This is my personal story. This too has a moral. So the moral of the story is, love is blind. But don't love is blind, but don't close your eyes when your girlfriend is giving you a haircut. Thank you.
Great job, Jitin. Again, same thing that you have done for the last two speakers. Make sure to fill out the third speaker section for feedback, pros and cons. Did he start with a humorous story? Was he able to make the audience laugh? And was he able to smoothly transition within the speech? About 30 seconds to a minute for that. Mike, were all of the speakers in time?
Everyone was in time, so they're not.
How much was it within 30 seconds?
It was 55 seconds.
Oof, okay. Now for an additional step is, since we're done with our prepared speaking section, please fill out the best speaker ballot, which is on the bottom of your ballot sheet, within or between Tyler and Jitin for best speaker. Thank you. And make sure to pass them to the middle. Now to start our second section of the meeting. Again, my personal favorite. Don't freak out if you're scared of speaking on the spot. If you can make the 1 minute minimum, that's perfect. If you don't, yeah, that's fine. This is just a training section just to be better at speaking on the spot. Mike, again, will hold up green for 1 minute and red for 2 minutes, which is the maximum. I would like to now introduce our table topics master, who will further go into the details of this section, Austin Leach.
Table topics. It's what everyone calls their favorite part of the meeting. Table topics is important for building impromptu skills, whether it be training for a job interview, answering questions that you tell people about yourself, or something as simple as telling a story to your friends at lunch. You need to be good at short, concise, impromptu. So to reiterate what Bonade said, this section, I will be listing out several questions I've written, and we'll call on someone at random. They will come up here, speak for at least 1 minute, at most 2 minutes, and sit back down. Simple as that. Just talk about the subject, and don't panic if you're new. I will call on a mix of people, so I won't make it difficult. Don't worry. So, sorry. 2 weeks ago, yes, it was 2 weeks ago, we had a snow day. I don't remember the last time we had a snow day, but it feels like it was the first time in my whole life. We live in Georgia, we don't see snow very much. So that brings me to my first question. When was the last time you did something for the first time? George, you haven't been so fast.
So the last time I did something for the first time, right?
Right.
I was thinking more specifically on the snow day and what I did. Which I could talk about. Let me talk about that, and then I'll probably think about something that I did the last time for the first time. So snow day, what I did was, it was cool because we've had snow here in Georgia before, but I didn't really partake and enjoy the beauty that you see in nature, you know, because in the winter, it's all the trees have no leaves, and it's kind of dead, so winter adds an element of beauty to the time. But I was hanging out with a friend and decided, you know, to make snowmen and really do what we kind of all have envisioned at some point in time. Because in Georgia, if you're from here, you haven't really done what you see in the movies of creating snowmen and throwing snowball fights, and that's exactly what I did with my friend on snow day. And I actually threw my friend outside in the cold, and we started to fight, and it sucked. My body was completely numb, but it was a fun experience that I enjoyed for the first time, I think, that I have it here in Georgia. So thank you.
Let's stay on the topic of snow. So, before that snow day we had, what was the last encounter you had with snow? For the last snow day? Mike, come on.
So I took a semester off last year for the last semester, so unfortunately I wasn't able to go to the Toastmasters meeting, so I was in Alpharetta. But in Alpharetta, they had snow when Athens did not have snow. So I was very grateful for that. So I remember the first time my friends hit me up, they were like, "Oh my gosh, it's snowing." It's like, "It's just rain frozen." I'm like, "Yeah, that's right." So me and my friends, we walked to Waffle House from my house. So that was around a 2-mile walk. And I thought it would be packed because, you know, Waffle House is like the weather, it's like the ghetto weather channel. Because whenever it's closed is when the weather is really bad, like Irma, when Hurricane Irma happened, it was closed. So when I went there, I was expecting it to be pretty packed, but apparently it was empty because no one could drive there. So I just thought that was the greatest thing. So me and my 2 friends, we got the All-Star Special. And I like that so much. It was the best All-Star special. I don't know if I was just tired from walking so much, but it was the best All-Star special. And so when I think of snow, I think of Waffle House. Thank you.
Out here in Georgia, we get snow. We can still go out to Waffle House. Doesn't coat the roads.
You guys didn't get snow in Athens?
We got snow, but it wasn't enough to keep us from going around.
Okay.
You have to freeze your doors and lock inside. But 20 years ago, Atlanta did get a real blizzard. Now, let's say you wake up one morning and you hear on the Weather Channel that Georgia City had a blizzard in 2 days. This is real snow. You'll be trapped in your house. You have 2 days to prepare. How do you go about it? Alex, how do you come up?
All right, so if any of you guys don't know, my father's side of the family is from New York. My aunt, she had to stay inside in Buffalo as a snowstorm hit that was as much as 6 feet of snow. So she literally could not leave the house. So I'm thinking, how does she survive? Well, she probably did what everybody does. She goes to like a grocery store, and for no real reason except that it's provisions and maybe tradition, you buy up all the bread and milk that you can possibly grab. Because I honestly eat all the bread and milk all the time. That's the only things I live on. But yeah, you do have to go to the store. You do have to stock up. You've got to go get some blankets in case the electricity or gas or anything that heats your house goes out. You need that. Because it's cold outside. Obviously, because it's freezing rain. That's key. I'm telling you all this because I want you to be safe. I want you to be warm. I want you to have all the chicken noodle soup that you need to survive, and all the bread and milk too. Screw those other people. And that's kind of what you need. You start going from Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You start from the bottom, which is you get all the stuff that you need to survive. Afterwards, you can venture out and go live your life and do skydiving and all that other stuff. But we still have that little idea of survival in mind.
Now it's much warmer today. Now I can see snow. It'll melt, be rain. Now, rain can be a big obstacle in our schedule sometimes. That's why I use phrases like rained out, or I'll take a rain check when we're canceling events. So, talk about some event that you had canceled, not necessarily due to rain, but some external circumstance. And were you able to get around that? You and the blue jacket. What's your name?
Hunter.
Hunter?
Yes.
Come on.
All right, well, I'm just going to start off. I got an email, and it says, unfortunately, your intramural game is canceled. Now, this is a big deal for us because you only get probably 4 games of the year. So when one game gets canceled, technically you feel like you lost all your money. I don't know if you guys, who in here plays intramural sports? Yeah, you pay a $25 fee at the beginning of the year. So if you get a game canceled, it's kind of a bummer, and you feel like you lost all the money. So the day that our game got canceled, in the past, I think it was 3 weeks ago, me and my buddies, we were already at the gym when we got that email. So we're like, hey, you know what, court's empty, we might as well play, right? So we go ahead and we play for about an hour or so, and then more people show up, and we probably played at least 7 pickup games that night. So I'm a big basketball player, I like that. So if any of you guys ever want to play basketball, just let me know. Thank you.
Rain's not always a bad thing. Some people love a nice rainy day. So, my next question. What is your favorite activity to do on a rainy day, and how does rain make it better? Serena.
say that my favorite activity is not driving in the rain, because that's horrendous. Guess typical answer, like stay in bed, watch Netflix, catch up on homework, even though I probably won't do that, but I actually do get some of it done on a rainy day because I can't go out and sometimes activities are canceled. I would say rainy days, especially at home, are a really good excuse to spend some time with the family because a lot of times people are out and about, going shopping, going to meetings, going to lunch with a friend, but instead you're here with your own family and this is some time to spend together because you're just stuck in a house, you're stuck in this box that you can't really escape. So what you can do is maybe have a nice family game night. Those are always fun. Get to know your family members a little bit more, see who's the most competitive. Maybe have a deep conversation, have a family talk, see how everyone's doing. Because nowadays everyone's just stuck on their phones. And how many of us can actually say that we talk to our family members every single day, you know? And so I would say that spending a rainy day inside would be best for spending time with family.
Now there's some days where the weather really makes it. Whether that's sunny or rainy really can change the outlook of the day. So what is your ideal forecast to wake up to in the morning? And how does it affect your day? Ikra, you want to come up?
Okay, this is great. I personally love rainy days. They're awesome. That gray, overcast sky, the feeling of motivation and productivity just leaving you. Amazing. Fabulous feeling. I don't fight it. I really should get stuff done though, but like, personally, rain is gorgeous. Have you ever noticed how everything looks so saturated, like colors, and how the green is greener and like the reflections are brighter? And it's just like, honestly, it's like the introvert's heaven. I'm not really introverted, but like, I just love it. Plus it makes, okay. I'm up here.
We're not doing that.
I'm up here, all right? You had your speech. Your spiel. I'm gonna get called out for that by the group.
We'll let it fly.
But yeah, rainy days, rainy days. This past weekend was really bad though because I didn't really get a lot done. Did you guys notice it was like really overcast? Did anybody get out and do anything? No? Anybody? Yeah. Enrique, don't lie. You was in bed Saturday and Sunday. It was nice, it was overcast, and it was just very relaxing, and that's my favorite day. Thank you.
It's not always nice and rainy. Sometimes it have more stormy aspects come along. Now, storms in Georgia, they can get pretty rough. So, for my next question, talk about a time you had a close call with a dangerous storm or lightning or tornado. And if relevant, say how you got through it. You and what's your name?
Leach.
How do you spell that?
Leach. E-A-L-A-G-S. Well, I'm from Europe, so I haven't spent that much time in the US. But in the last 6 months, there was one big storm, and it was pretty surprising because I heard like it's not really commonly happens in this area, and also I'm originally from Hungary and we don't really have that. It's not really a common thing for us. So I was visiting a friend off campus, and I really had to come back because